Good morning, all participants. I'm Dr. Akshata Jain N, Assistant Manager Training and Development, IWMA, and your host for the day. On behalf of IWMA office bearers, executive members, speakers, and senior manager, I welcome you all to our 31st webinar session on retrofitment of the emission control device on diesel generator. That is for today's session. And dear all participants, now I welcome our Honorable Chairman, Mr. K. Bhaskaran, to give us a welcome address. Mr. K. Bhaskaran has served as an executive member and presently the chairman of IWMA. He is also holding a position of secretary in Kakalur Industrial Estate Manufacturing Association and also A6 district chairperson for e-waste management in Lions Club. Our chairman is the CEO of Aarti Industries electroplating unit located at Ambattur, Kakalur and Padapai. Now I welcome our chairman on behalf of all our participants and speaker. Sir, I welcome you. Please take over the session.
Yeah, thanks, Akshada, for nice introduction. Good morning to all the participants, and good morning to Kushbu ma'am, today's speaker. Morning, ma'am. Welcoming for this wonderful session. Actually, in fact, this session was organized for our industries because recently our Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board has issued amendment. They made some amendment on the diesel generator also. That is for even for 100 kV onwards actually, because I'm having a 125 kV. It's a small scale industry. Though I'm having 125 kV, I have to go for this retrofit. So that is why we have called you. And most of the industry need of the day today, I think. That is why we called you for this webinar. We have organized webinar for the industries. Industries, morning to you for coming. Every time you are participating, you are giving very good response. Even today also we have crossed almost 60 participants. I think this is the 31st webinar, and after the COVID was started, we have been doing it on a weekly basis, and you are giving a very good support. Because of that only, we are also organizing very good speakers from the every week. We are bringing different type of speakers, and whatever you need, please do contact us and give us the detail to Akshada. We will organize the same ways of seminars. Maybe see, actually we are doing as of now 11 to 12:30, and 12:30 to 1 o'clock it will be a one-to-one interaction. You can have whatever the doubts you have, you can ask Kushbu madam, because madam has got a recently startup. So 4 years back, she made a very good thing, and she got a very good exposure on this retrofit commissioning, and that company is also giving a very good solution. Please make use of it. Whatever you have doubts, please ask, and we will later on commercial things. Maybe we can direct it, because IWME will not give any commitment to this commercial things. So please do talk to commercial things. But we are organizing for technical data. So whatever you are having doubts, so how to come out, or maybe we hold generator we need to have, or new generator also we need to have, something like that. You can, whatever the questions you have after 12:30, we can start half an hour. You have time to discussions. So please use these opportunities. Also for the IW members, see, for the IWMA was started 2008 under the guidance of Pollution Control Board, and thanks to Supreme Court. So they have only formed association with a 7-member industry. So now we have 3,300. We have crossed almost 3,300 industries in entire Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board has given a permission to have a association within Tamil Nadu only. That is why we are strict on to only in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu will have whoever is having hazardous waste management or hazardous waste producers. They have to become a member, and they can through us. We have a service provider. Ramki is doing that, and we have a landfill site in Kumbudipundi and incineration site in Kumbudipundi. We are also planning to have one more site in Bargur and other places also. So based on your need, so government is also supporting, and SIPCOT is also supporting, and they are giving land to us. So thanks to SIPCOT, because SIPCOT only recently also they have allotted Bargur site and given a nominal rates. So we are trying to get out from the other places also. So based on industry requirements, we will go for this. And in fact, see, we are Gumudi site, we are coming out with the co-processing also. So previously we have only landfill site. Now we are planning to have co-processing and all, co-processing other waste facilities. So step by step, we are going to have this another 3 to 4 months onwards. So we got the permission also. The same way in Bargur also, we are planning to start. And for the industry, sorry, for the industry members and whatever you have technical doubts or you want to implement in your waste, so you can call us or you can WhatsApp me. We will support you for any additional inputs because we have to come out from this landfill activities. See, that is possible nowadays. It is landfill activities are coming down, so all the waste can be converted into co-processing. So that is possible. So even some cases we can get the technical inputs from various institutions. See, every day I'm getting a call from entire Tamil Nadu in the all colleges. They are asking us, sir, we are having some technicals. Can you come and see us? Even in fact, next second also I'm going on Venkateshwara Engineering College for seeing some project they made. So I'm going as a visitor. So like students are coming out from the technicals, uh, live technical inputs because they are giving some solutions. See, it may work in some industry, it may not work in some industry. That depends upon the industry. We have to see this, and we have to encourage the students because students they are interested, very much interested by giving solution to the industries. So that is why nowadays I'm getting a call from all the industries. In fact, Madurai also they one of the institution they called me. Madurai it is not possible due to this COVID time. I'm postponing it. Maybe next month I'm going there. So industries also, please allow the students, or maybe you can give the sample to the students, so they will come and take the samples and they are ready to give the solutions, and they are as a project they are taking it. In fact, they get some fund also. Maybe for the big institution we also can give some fund. That is why we are planning to have, even IWMA is willing to give some fund, but only thing is project to project we can give. So that our executive committee has to approve because we have got a 16-member executive committee, including vice chairman and secretaries and treasurer, and today our joint secretary is also there. Because this today program was organized by Mr. Our joint secretary Trinjanam sir. Because he only said because this is the right time we have to go for this kind of webinars. So that is why Mr. Trinjanam sir arranged for this program for the industry benefits. See, so for the industries, please do come forward and give your problems. And not only it's a problem, maybe you can take it as a problem, or maybe you can improvement side also you can take it. See, one side we can improve how to get out from this waste. See, nowadays all the waste has been converted as a raw material. That is one part. Some waste we can try to avoid from generation itself. See, one of the industry we supported for the converting waste to, that is landfill, instead of landfill waste we have converted that waste, and they have also got the reduction of the waste. So that is also one advantage, and it is going for a co-processing. It is not going for a landfill activities. So that is a very big company. In fact, worldwide they implemented. So now we successfully it is running everywhere. So see, we don't want to see one company. We want to see one or two like that. We want to go by step by step. So that is why we are initiating a lot of programs to the industries. So for the Tamil Nadu industries, that is IWMA industries, we can support. It is not a problem. Even if it is some cases, we can give some financial help also. Some cases for R&D, other things we can support, because see, in fact, we have tie up with the IIT Madras also, IIT Madras in Chennai. So they are also willingly, they are ready to take this kind of projects. In fact, today also we got a call from Sri Ramachandra Medical College and institutions. So we have tied up, we have already signed agreement with them. So they are also ready to come to our industry. So any kind of related to this human, they can help you out, because they are very big institution for the medical level, Sri Ramachandra Medical College. So we can use them utilize them. So they are willing to come to our industries. So please make use of these kind of facilities and come forward and try to minimize the waste as soon as possible. As That's what our IWMA is committed to the industries, and we also have some social responsibility. We have to save our environment, so that is a major one. See, please use 3 Rs always. Thank you, one and all, and thank you, madam, for the today's speaker. Please go ahead. Akshada, over to you, Akshada.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for addressing the speaker as well as a brief note about IWMA. And yeah, proceeding next, at periodic intervals, IWMA is organizing the vendor suppliers to make their presentation on their products as well as services for the benefit of our member industries. However, IWMA does not validate or verify the claims made by any vendors and suppliers. Further, IWMA has a policy does not recommend any specific vendor, maybe vendor A or vendor B, any etc. We request IWMA member industries to carry out their own independent additional verification if they wish to engage with any of these vendors and suppliers. Now, without any further ado, I would take the pleasure of introducing our speaker, Kushbu Gulhati, General Manager Sales and Marketing for Chakar Innovation Private Limited. Ms. Kushbu is leading the Pan India sales and marketing with a young and passionate team for IIT Delhi based clean tech startup. Ms. Kushbu has a total experience of 4 years in B2B sales and marketing. She is a gold medalist in MBA and have completed her graduation and post graduation from GGSIPU, New Delhi. Ms. Kushbu started her career with India's leading job portal Naukri.com and worked for 1.5 years in corporate sales and was then hired by Delhi-based startup Chakar Innovation, where she acted as a manager corporate sales, driving B2B sales and entire South India for nearly 2 years. Ms. Kushbu was then promoted as a general manager sales and marketing pan India. It's a great pleasure to have you on this day for our today's session, ma'am. Once again, I welcome you and kindly take over the session.
Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. I'm delighted to be a part of this discussion. Thank you, IWMA Association and Bhaskaranji, for inviting me to be a part of this discussion. Uh, I understand that this particular issue related to emission control technology and retrofitment is quite in news these days. And when I talk about Tamil Nadu, so there this particular issue is quite strict right now, and everybody is just confused with lot of information and with actually not really aware about when did it started, how did it started. And that is how and why I have been given this opportunity to come here and present and discuss on this issue and help you understand from exactly where this retrofitment thing came up, and then how exactly Chakra Innovation fits in this role of helping any company having a DG and complying with the notification that has come up. So if like any further ado, I would like to just present my screen. I hope is this visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So the agenda for today's discussion is let's understand what exactly is happening around this policy related to diesel generator retrofitment. What is Chakra Innovation? What do we do in terms of helping you with the technology related to this? And then we can address certain questions and answers. So it all started 2 years back when Ministry of Environment and Forest came up with a national clean air program in 2018, wherein one of the subject matter was being diesel generator. They identified that the current level of emissions into the air pollution by the diesel generator is up to 18%. And they wanted to bring that 18% down significantly. Therefore, they came up with two advisory options. One was to use of a retrofit emission control equipment with a minimum specified PM capturing efficiency of at least 70%, or shifting to a gas-based generator. So basically 2 years back, Ministry of Environment and Forest, they gave 2 advisory options in the National Clean Air Program to reduce the emissions from diesel generator. Seeing that, NGT, Honorable National Green Tribunal, in August 2019 issued an order asking all the states to take it up in their state action plan some measures to reduce the emissions from diesel generator. And in that also, they specified these two options only: use of a retrofit emission control equipment or shift to a gas based generator. So technically, today what you see in the land of Tamil Nadu is not only in the land of Tamil Nadu. I'll show you other states also that have actually implemented this particular retrofitment emission control technology or shifting to a gas-based generator requirements in their state lands.
Sorry to interrupt you. I guess your voice is a bit low. Can you recorrect on that, ma'am?
Am I audible now?
Audible, but your voice is a bit low.
Let me see. It should be audible now.
Yes, ma'am. Continue. If it is any problem, I'll just let you know.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
So basically, Ministry of Environment and Forest was the first one to come up with such a discussions in the society. And then we saw National Green Tribunal taking the flag ahead. And then we saw Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has always been the prime leader of taking any such initiatives. And we saw Tamil Nadu actually bringing a special additional condition in consent to operate and consent to establish that were being granted in the land of Tamil Nadu post 2nd of March 2020. And they very clearly mentioned that if you have a DG of more than 125 kVA, you have to retrofit it with an emission control technology of reducing particulate matter by 70%, or you shift to a gas-based generator. So imagine in the land of Tamil Nadu, if you were, getting your renewals for the consent to operate or consent to establish, after 2nd of March, you were getting this condition. Therefore, making it mandatory for those companies to do something, either of the two options. Not only this, Tamil Nadu on 10th of June also came out with a government order, a state notification stating again that any DG, if you have a DG of capacity 125 kVA and above, you have to retrofit it with an emission control technology. Also, what they further clarified was that the retrofit control technology should be tested under ISO 81785 more D2 cycle for equivalent kVA from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized labs, and these were the 5 labs that they mentioned. Or the other option is still available, that you can shift to a gas-based generator, discarding your DG absolutely. So Tamil Nadu made it even clearer that now in the state of Tamil Nadu, if you have a 125 kVA and above, either retrofit it, and if you are retrofitting it, you have to adopt a emission control technology which gives you minimum 70% reduction from the current levels of your PMs, particulate matter emission, and that retrofit should be tested from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized labs under this particular standard for equivalent kVA. I'm stressing the need on these particular words because this is the entire premises on which the policy is laid out, and this is the entire premises on which your selection criteria for a vendor should be based on. Not only Tamil Nadu, we saw Jammu and Kashmir, Haryana, these two states also coming up with a similar kind of a notification, wherein Jammu and Kashmir asked for capacity 125 kVA and above to be retrofitted. Haryana asked for 500 kVA and above to be retrofitted. Then we saw Andhra Pradesh and Kerala also bringing up such notifications. Andhra Pradesh also asked for 125 kVA and above, and Kerala asked for 500 kVA and above. Now we are also expecting Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, Karnataka also come in line and bring such notifications, because Honorable NGT, when issued an order, it was directed to all the states and union territories of India. So therefore, such notifications. And one more important aspect that needs to be taken notice of is that if you see that Tamil Nadu is saying 125, Andhra Pradesh is saying 125, Kerala is saying 500, Haryana is saying 500. Basically, this is a state jurisdiction matter. This particular matter is a state jurisdiction matter, and state has the ultimate power to decide on which capacity and till what capacity do they want this certain things to come up. Therefore, this particular difference you will see a little here and there in the policies that the states are laying out. However, the fundamental remains the same, that what should be a retrofit, what minimum PM reduction efficiency that retrofit should be giving to you, that is 70%, and from where it should be tested, that is any from one of the 5 CPCB recognized labs, and under what standard, ISO 81785 5 more D2 cycle for an equivalent KVA. That means if you have a 500 kVA and I am a vendor who is coming out for providing you a retrofit control equipment for your diesel generator that is 500 kVA, I need to have a 500 kVA test report from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized labs, even if I come and sell the product to you. That is what the premises of the entire policy is. Now coming to this, when this everything came out, since I am a vendor, I am already into this emission control technology providing. Even before this policy changed, we were providing a technology to the corporates who were taking it up in the category of sustainable development or sustainability. They were adopting our technologies. But when actually this policy came out in June by TNPCB, there were a lot of questions that came up, and people started asking hundred of questions to TNPCB, district engineer, CPCB, wherever they are OEMs, because something is to be done on the DG. Your first question will come to the OEM, that what is to be done, what is happening. So TNPCB was literally bombarded with a lot of letters, and therefore TNPCB decided to come up with a clarification notification. Again, TNPCB is the only state who has actually issued a clarification also over the notification that came in June. This clarification was issued in 28th August 2020, ensuring that all the questions were identified and answered. Now, when this policy came out, the first question to anybody was like, what capacity is to be done? There were some points in the NCAP and NGT written that it is required for only 800 kilowatt and not more than that. To which TNPCB simply answered that the current TNPCB directions are applicable on all DG sets of rating 125 kV and above. So stop speculating. It is simple and clear. 125 kV and above if you have a DG, retrofit it or shift to a gas-based generator. Then people also had a question related to, see, I have a DG, I've been maintaining the DG as per the CPCB defined norms of maintaining an mg per normal meter cube that is required as per the standard or the PM standards. Still, I have to go forward with a retrofit technology. To which they answered that the directions are applicable on all installed DG sets in the state of Tamil Nadu and all DG sets that may be installed in the future with a rating equal or more than 125 kVA. These directions need to be complied with irrespective of the make of the DG set, year of manufacture of DG set, year of installation of DG set, etc. That means even if, say for example, I had to maintain 75 mg per normal meter cube particulate matter emissions from my diesel generator, and I'm fairly at 50 mg per normal meter cube, therefore meeting the standard, but then still I have to go forward with it? Yes. The answer is simple yes. Whatever you are emitting currently, that is 50 mg per normal meter cube, you have to further reduce it below by 70%, either adopting a retrofit or simply discarding your DG and shifting to a gas-based generator. Then there were certain questions related to OEM related aspect also, and OEM, when people approached OEM also was saying that, see, you are emitting already less than 75 mg per normal meter cube that is prescribed by CPCB. So people started asking TNPCB that, see, my OEM is saying that I am maintaining the standard, still I have to go forward with it. TNPCB replied, yes, you have to go forward with it. It is irrespective of anything. It is simply 125 kV and above, adopt a retrofit. Whatever be your current level of emissions, reduces further by 70%. Then one of the most asked question was, there are no retrofit technology certified from any one of the 5 CPCB labs. And this is when this notification came out, obviously people were not aware of such notifications coming out at the time of COVID, when industries are not working, people are not getting salaries, they are laid off of work, financial crisis there. But again, any such thing coming up and people are not aware about the retrofit vendor providers also, they had such question, and the first thing anybody would turn to is to their OEMs. And OEMs also were saying that to the best of their knowledge, they also don't know that any technology exists in the market to that can be retrofitted on the DG and help you reduce the emissions. But then TNPCB said one thing: all the 5 labs as mentioned in the NGT directions and the National Clean Air Program have the necessary capabilities to test emission control equipment as per ISO 8178 5 more D2 cycle for an equivalent KVA. They said that if as like TNPCB clarified first thing very clearly, that see, 5 labs are there and 5 labs know how to do it, the testing as per the standard ISO 8178. Now any independent vendor or your OEM, any OEM of the DG, any independent vendor who has obtained a test report under this ISO standard from any one of the 5 CPCB labs will be recognized as an eligible vendor to sell the technology to any industry. And that is what they clarified. People, when they approach to their OEMs have actually said a clear no, that they don't know that any technology is exist in the market, and they also don't promote their clients to take up any retrofit technology, even if they find any third party available in the market providing a retrofit solution. They also promoted them by saying that do not go forward with any of such technologies. But then, as an industry personnel, you know that there is a retrofit vendor provider who has a test report from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized labs, but your OEM is not allowing you to go forward with that retrofit. Therefore, you were in a dilemma. You, as an industry personnel, was in a dilemma because a notification was out. You had to comply with it, but you had to take in confidence the OEM also. OEM is not supporting. So it was a quite a big dilemma, to which people started writing to TNPCB, and TNPCB very, very, uh, clearly written: any independent technology provider or DG set OEM who can get their equipment or device tested over ISO 81785 more D2 cycle for equivalent KVA is eligible for meeting the regulatory requirements as per the TNPCB notification. So this states everything. Even if the OEM is not supporting, OEM of the DG is not supporting, still, if you find a vendor who has a regulatory requirement conditions fulfilled, you can adopt it. Again, no DG set OEM is providing the necessary retrofit emission control technology for meeting the regulatory criteria, to which also they replied it can be outsourced from any independent technology supplier if your OEM is not helping you out. Only things you have to make sure is ISO standard is tested from any one of the 5 CPCB labs and they have a test report and you can adopt it. And then the last question was whether they are planning to give a extension on the deadline, which was given, which was actually given. It is still now 31st March, and considering the scenario, they may not, but I am not sure whether they are planning to give more extension on this or not. However, in this last 6-7 months, what we have seen is a very strict advocacy of this TNPCB notification that came out, and people are actually like, they understand the seriousness of the issue and they are going ahead and taking up this matter and fulfilling the requirements as per the TNPCB notification. So that was the policy that you are in. And since I am a part of Chakra Innovation, I am representing a product that is a retrofit emission control technology for diesel generator, which is ISO 8178 5 more D2 cycle tested under any one of the 5 CPCB recognized lab. And I have various test reports on various capacities that makes me as an eligible vendor. And today I'm here to actually elaborate upon my product also, and to tell you how Chakra Innovation is helping industries in the land of Tamil Nadu and other states to meet the compliance requirements. So this is the senior leadership that is in front of you of Chakra Innovation. The company is a 4-year-old company, as Bhaskaranji rightly said, that we are a 4-year-old startup. We are a Delhi-based startup, and the co-founders are Kushagra and Bharti Singla, who are from IIT Delhi. We have people working from Cummins also. Mr. Tushar Batham, who is the brain behind the technology, was previously working with Cummins, is now heading the R&D department for us. We have other personnel available with us, working with us from with a quite a great background. And I again have been warmly introduced here. I take care of sales and marketing pan India. I have a team of 5-10 people working across locations. I have a local team available in Chennai also. If anybody on the panel who's here wants to have a detailed discussion with us, feel free to be call us for a meeting. We'll be there at your premises explaining everything. So telling about the installations that we have done is we have 80 plus installations across India, and my technology of this retrofit that we are providing for the diesel generator is easily compatible from any DG which is as small as 15 kVA to as high as 3000 kVA. Now we have even expanded it to 4000 kVA. This in front of you is the clientele that we have, and it is still growing. The government sector, if I tell you, we are already working with clients like IOCL, HPCL, Indian Army, Indian Railways. IOCL is not just our client, but also gave us a grant of 2.5 crores so that we could perfect this retrofit technology for not only for DG, but also for boilers and chimneys. So we are working on a separate project with them as well. HPCL started with us, I remember 3 years back with one technology in one location in their Delhi plant. And then they gave us now the order of other 11 locations. And so far we have completed 7 installations with them. If I talk about the manufacturing units in South, Titan by far is the highest capacity that we have installed. Titan in Hosur we have installed. So 1500 kVA, 1250 kVA, 640 kVA, 250 kVA are the installations on which we have completed with Titan across divisions, watches, jewelry. Then we also onboarded Coca-Cola, Reckitt Benckiser. We are working with Kellogg's. ITC is a client. Lincoln Electric, Asian Paint, Hudson. You all know about such companies. And one more important aspect that I would like to tell you, in North, the highest installation that we have done is we have done with Select City Walk. The total capacity of units installed here is 8000 kVA, 2003 in numbers, 1002 in numbers. This is few pictures that you will see of our plant. So we are headquartered in Gurgaon. Our production plant is in Pune, and there are 2 functional marketing offices in Chennai and Mumbai. So these are some of the pictures of our plant, and we ensure all the safety related aspects and the quality aspects are ensured. We are also registered on GEM. GEM is a government e-marketplace for PSUs to buy our product. Is basically an Amazon to them. So coming to the issue of how did we all started, when did it all started, is because the founders of the company at the time of when they were in college, they were evaluating things and they came up with an understanding that we know that air pollution is the major problem that exists. We know that PM10 and PM2.5 are classified as class 1 carcinogen. That means capable of causing cancer. But when they started identifying more sources of air pollution and PM, they identified that the PM that comes out from diesel generator, the particulate matter size is 0.3 micron. That means PM 0.3. So tiny, not at all visible to your naked eyes. What if you're standing near to the DG, you are actually inhaling it. Your lungs cannot filter it. That was the scenario that they identified. And we all know that the global warming potential of this PM is 460 times that of carbon dioxide. To further analysis, when they came into, they started deep diving, they also identified that diesel generators again are the heart of any industry. Even if the power situation today is very good, in Tamil Nadu also, people in many areas, the power situation is now very good. But the point is still any industry cannot think of even starting an industry without taking a DG. They have to have a power backup. And that is where they identify some numbers that in Delhi NCR, you all are aware about the situation of Delhi NCR. How it is a gas chamber, and for 6 months in December, like in the winter period, there is a straight ban on DG. Nobody operates DG here. There is a ban on the construction activities also. This is the scenario here. However, still you will notice that the PM coming out from DG in the Delhi NCR region is still 16%, vis-a-vis Bangalore it is 25%. So Bangalore is fair cleaner city, and since I am from Delhi and I understand, I have seen the air both in Delhi and Bangalore as well. Bangalore, actually the air is quite clean. Still the contribution of PM from DG into air pollution is 25%. So this is the understanding and analysis that these people came up. These people, I mean by the founders of our company, came up with. And therefore we understood the need of coming up with a product that should be something that can be easily retrofitted on your existing DG setup, should be something that does not acquires or requires additional power, should be something, because we are doing an retrofit, should not give you adverse impact on the engine, should not hamper the fuel consumption of the engine, and the back pressure should be within the limit. Byproduct should be less, the maintenance cycle should be low, and the product life should be equal to 10 to 12 years, which is equal to the life of the DG. So something was this that we came up with. We started R&D and everything, and therefore we found the right product that we then commercialized also in May 2016. And then since then there is no looking back. We have now acquired so many clients, and with such notifications coming in, we have now tested our product also under this ISO 81785 cycle from International Center for Automotive Technology, Manesar, Haryana. That is the second lab that was mentioned in the TNPCB notification. That is the CPCB recognized lab, and our technology is being tested on various capacities. And if a client gave us the order, it then becomes Chakra Innovation's responsibility to help them meet the compliance as per the TNPCB notification. Therefore, Chakra will take full responsibility of helping the company get an equivalent KVA test report from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized lab, and we will be furnishing it to them. Therefore, ensuring that that company is compliant as per the TNPCB notification. Coming to a better understanding of the technology, how do we work, what is this, I'll keep it brief, and if anybody is more interested, we can have a separate and individual discussion over it, considering your DG capacity and layout and everything. But a general overview, how do we fit it, where do we fit it, is this is the DG. This is the exhaust outlet that is coming from the DG, and then it is connected to the silencer, and the silencer is then connected to the chimney. The chimney is generally vertical in nature, but for the sake of understanding, we have kept it horizontal. Now, what do we do is, from this exhaust pipe only, we'll create a bypass, put a diverter valve. This diverts the entire flow of the exhaust. Instead of going to the silencer, we then flow from our device. So this is my device, which in representation also and in reality also will be equal to the size of the silencer, or even in some cases even smaller than that. So what do we do is we place in parallel to the silencer, closing the root of the silencer and opening the root for our device by a diverter valve. And the exhaust outlet of my unit then connects back to your original chimney. So this is how we do the setup. So if your silencer is easily fitted, my device can also be very easily fitted. I don't require that much of space, easily compact shape. Always and always my device will be in parallel to the silencer. And we are ensuring that the exhaust flows from my device. And when it flows from my device, we are able to reduce hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, and particulate matter up to 90%. However, the policy only asks for PM to be reduced. We are also able to reduce hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide. To help you understand in detail, this process basically helps in 2 stages. One is the oxidation chamber, and the second is the trap, the particulate matter trap. In the first step, I use a proprietary catalyst. That catalyst basically helps me in oxidizing the HCCO and the dissolved particulate matter. And when it catalyst reacts with these components, they make the relevant chemistry of making carbon dioxide and water vapor. So in the first step, I am able to reduce HC and CO by 80-85% and dissolved particulate matter, or if I say I'm able to reduce 30% of the total particulate matter in the first stage. The remaining particulate matter, that is the suspended particulate matter, is then captured in the next part of my device, that is the regenerative trap, filters, meshes, and contours, wherein the carbon particle will get trapped. And with the help of the same catalyst that was present in the first stage, I am able to burn the carbon that got stuck into carbon dioxide. And therefore, the cumulative effect of both the units is up to 90% reduction. This is the simple understanding of the device. Again, if anybody is interested in the product, we can plan for a separate call altogether, considering your DG capacity, and we can go in more detail understanding about the product. Now, it is very important, like the first question that anybody asks when we pitch this technology is, see, you are putting something on my DG. What about the back pressure? The problem is the back pressure. Tell me, what have you done for it, and what are the safety system ensured? So since it's a retrofit, so obviously retrofit have a back pressure. What we claim is that our back pressure will always be within the back pressure allowable limit set by the OEMs. So if I take you an example, OEM generally have 7 to 10 kPa has to be the major limit, allowable back pressure limit defined, depending upon the various OEMs available. Our device will be functioning below 7 kPa always. So if I give you a range, my device will be working between 2 to 4 kPa, 2 being the lowest, 4 being the highest, depending upon the load that you give to the DG, depending upon the capacity that the DG is of. But in any worst case scenario, back pressure starts to build and it is about to reach to 6.5 kPa. Then we have safety systems installed, and even before it reaches the 7 kPa, our safety system will work and will ensure that nothing wrong happens to the DG. So what are the safety systems? We have ensured a pressure-based electronic actuation. That means there are pressure sensors in my device that will sense that the pressure has reached to 6.7 kPa and will actuate the bypass valve. So the bypass valve means that the wall that is connecting to the silencer will open up and the wall that was connecting to my device will close, therefore ensuring the entire exhaust flows from the silencer. That is why we never eliminate the silencer and we keep it as an alternative route. In that scenario also, the DG will never suffer a downtime. At that particular point of time when the actuation happens, an alarm will be raised to the client also and to us sitting in Pune also, understanding that the device has been bypassed. Within 24 hours, you can expect a call from us. If the issue is big, within 48 hours, somebody can be there on your side to solve the issue. But your productivity never gets hampered, your DG never suffers a downtime. But in any worst case scenario, say for example, its actuation also fails, then what? Then we have a PRV system installed that will simply open up at 6.77 kPa is the bar that will open up, and then the exhaust will start flowing outside. And we have provided a manual turnover who can simply come and the manually, like any person in charge on site who maintains the DG can simply come and just manually override the walls. That means the opening the silencer route and closing the R route, therefore ensuring in any scenario, if the back pressure is coming to 6.7 kPa, the safety system will start working and DG will never suffer a downtime in any scenario. One more important aspect that I would like to mention here is the system that we have devised, the system that we have designed in such a way that the back pressure will always remain in check. How? This trap that we work upon, the trap which captures the carbon particle, they actually get burnt off into carbon dioxide. So technically there is nothing left on the filter. So if there is nothing on the filter will never come to its saturation level and therefore it will never choke, and therefore ensuring that the back pressure is in the within range. But again, the safety systems are provided considering what if something wrong happens, and therefore we have ensured the 3-layer safety system also. This is one installation that we did for Indian Army, Leh Ladakh, Indian Army base camp. So this was a DG, this is the diverter valve. This passage is connected to my device. The other valve is connected to the silencer. This is the PRV, pressure relief valve, and this is the manual override. This is another example for IOCL installation that we did in Kanpur for 500 kVA. This was the silencer. This is the diverter wall that we provided. We diverted the exhaust to our device, and then the exhaust outlet of our device got connected back to the original chimney. In this scenario also, our device size is even smaller than the silencer. This was a 500 kVA installation. This is a diagrammatic representation of the installation that we completed with Select City Walk, the biggest mall of India in Delhi. And this is the representation of two 2000 kVA diesel generator where two silencers were there. So if your system has two silencer, then you imagine our device will be two. So this is the installation that we have done for Select City Walk also. For every client, this is that we have done is we have done a gravimetric testing that to show you a before and after analysis of how the exhaust looked like. This is a petri dish having a filter paper which is covered in black, and this is fairly nice before and after, which is a clear understanding, and there's a visible impact that you will see once you adopt a technology also. This is just the back pressure thing that I explained, that even if the back pressure OEM limit is 7 to 10 kPa, my device will be functioning somewhere into 3.3 kPa. So 2 to 4 kPa you should consider to be is the back pressure band that our device can bring. Also, one additional benefit of my device is that since we are eliminating the silencer, we are not eliminating the benefit of the silencer. Silencer gives you a muffling effect, and therefore you have to maintain certain standard of the noise also. So this is a graph that we showed. We measured the noise level from 4 different angles up to 1 meter range, and we found out that the noise coming is still within the range 70 dB. So 63, 65, 61, 67. So therefore my device also gives you a benefit of the silencer as well. This is the lab report that is one of the major eligibility criteria for any vendor. If you as an industry, even if you're going ahead with any technology, your first question is to the vendor, do you have a report from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized lab showing the reduction in CO, HC, PM with the device, without the device, what is the percentage level reduction? This is the report that you have to look forward to. This is my report. Again, I told you that I am in association with International Center for Automotive Technology. That is the second lab mentioned in the TNPCB notification, which shows very clearly with and without my device, the percentage reduction is 95, 94, 84 in CO, HC, PM respectively. However, the vendor has to meet a minimum criteria of 70%. 69% will also not work. There is one more important aspect to notice here is the specific fuel consumption. You will see with and without device, there is hardly any impact. Rather, it is an improvement only, minus. But in any scenario, this is a clear-cut indication that the fuel consumption is in check, the back pressure is in check, and therefore the engine efficiency or performance will not get disturbed with our device. Coming to, we are now progressing towards the end of the like my slides, but this is one of the most asked questions, like who are our competitors and what other technologies are available. So retrofitment is not a new concept. Retrofitment exists in the land of Tamil Nadu. You've been using wet scrubbers a lot. Earlier, Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board has already made mandatory for wet scrubbers for many industries. So retrofitment is not a concept, is not a new concept. And there are alternate technologies already available like wet scrubber, DPF, electrostatic precipitator, acting in reducing emissions from different sources. May not be DG, but they have been applied to DG also for reducing the emissions. But then how do we stand, separate from all these retrofits? That we have made our product tailor made considering the Indian diesel generator and only for diesel generators. And that is how we have commercialized our product and marketed our product, reducing emissions from DG. Wet scrubber, DPF, ESP, all these are there, but may not be reducing emissions only from DG, or never was made to reduce emissions from DG. And if you compare them in different aspects of PM control, back pressure, capital cost, APEC, COPEX cost, you will find that Chakra Innovation helps you find a balance between all these parameters. My product life is up to 10 to 15 years, that is equal to the life of the DG. And the product that I'm giving to you, the catalyst, the filter, need not be replaced over and over again. It is a fit and forget concept. Therefore, you will be saving a lot on OPEX cost in my product. So that is how we have really given you a fair understanding about how do we stand separate from the crowd. There is one important aspect that I would like to highlight here is related to ESP. So there are vendors who are providing a technology based on ESP. What we urge our customers is to ensure and ask those vendors in detail about the safety aspects related to these technology, because to the best of my knowledge, ESP is not that much used entirely across India, considering the safety aspects. So there are certain safety aspects related to, since hydrocarbons are a lot of present in the DG emissions, when that burn, there is a risk to fire and explosion related to ESP. Then ozone generation is one of the major aspect of ESP, which is again harmful. And then high voltage electrocution is also one of the major problem related to ESP. So this, I just want to educate all the people who are here that if you're going forward with any technology, you go forward with any retrofit, I have no objection, and I'm not favoring my technology or something like that. I'm just trying to elaborate on some aspects. That is, please ensure that they have a test report from any one of the 5 CPCB recognized labs that is mentioned in the notification. Please ensure that the test is done under ISO 8178. Please ensure that it is for an equivalent KVA, the DG KVA that you have. So you need to have that KVA test report with you. If a vendor is saying I have done a test on 125 KVA, that is sufficient for your KVA. If you have a 725 KVA DG set, so that test report is sufficient. No, the answer is no. It is not sufficient. If you have a 725 KVA, then the vendor has to make arrangements to give you 725 KVA test report. That is what you are looking for. And also, if you go ahead with any technology, please evaluate all the safety risk associated to the technology, because DG again is the heart. You cannot eliminate it. Even if it hardly runs, still many companies like the IT companies, the software companies, they cannot even let 5 minute downtime also, workable. Coming to the last part of my slides, these are some of the testimonials from our clients: HPCL, Tata Realty Infrastructure. We have also now finalized a pan-India deal with Tata Realty Infrastructure. These were two such clients, including Titan, and there are other IOCL. Naming a few, these were the people who helped us in the initial stages when there was no such policy available in the market, no such stringent thing available in the market. And again, these corporates, being sustainable flag bearers, took initiative in adopting our technology and also giving us testimonials. This is some of the national international work that we have been recognized on. So this is the Champions of Change. We were one of the Champions of Change by PMO's office. This is Narendra Modi ji. This is Kushag Srivastava, CEO of the company. Then we were also one of the top 3 hardware startups recognized by American Society of Mechanical Engineers. We have won a lot of grants from University of Chicago, Echoing Green Fellowship. Then 2 of the co-founders that is were under Forbes 30 and the 30 list also. This is the board and mentors that we have. So we have people advising from various corporates like HCL, L&T, and Jyoti Sagar Associates is now a founder also to us. He's representing India's in law matters across international domains as well. Dr. B. Sen Gupta, former MSCPCB, also advises us sometimes, and we've been in interaction with them also. Recently, I will not say recently, a year back, we were also in news of backing a funding of 19 crore rupees by IAN Group, Parampara Group. And in the COVID time, we introduced a new product that was a sanitization chamber, Chakra Decove, for N95 mask in association with IIT Delhi. That was also a huge success, and it was also covered in news, and we were there. So all in all, this is what we are, this is what we do. And coming and understanding the policy that is there, I understand if you have a DG today, I understand what are you feeling right now, and you want to know that how can you comply with the standards. and that was the agenda of this entire